welcome to Friday Nights with Emma. How is everybody? Got my drink ready. This week, I tell you, I've discovered rhubarb and ginger gin. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So it's been a good week. Although it is lower, it's just a liquor. It's only the 20%. So yeah, it's still been a good week though. So I hope everybody's okay. Hope everybody's ready for a little bit of Christmas. Got my Christmas jumper out. I know it's a little bit early, but I figured October isn't too bad. You know, you can kind of say the C word now. And I got some really lovely advent calendars and stocking panels in, so I thought I would show you all of that. Let me go through the panels first. Oh, get everybody joined for a couple of minutes, sorry. Getting ahead of myself.
Your mum is watching.
Hello, Mum.
Dawn.
Hi, Dawn.
Annette.
Hi, Annette.
Sandy.
Hi, Sandy.
Beverly.
Hi, Beverly.
Sandy.
Hi, Sandy.
Terry.
Hi, Terry.
Christine.
Hi, Christine.
Christina.
Hi, Christina.
Carolyn.
Hi, Carolyn.
Beverly.
Hi, Beverly.
Jan.
Hi, Jan.
Hannah-Laure.
Hi, Lachlan.
Joan.
Hi, Joan.
Carol.
Hi, Carol.
Laurie.
Hi, Laurie. Oh, happy
Judith.
birthday, Laurie, for last week. Hope you had a good one.
Barbara.
Hi, Barbara. Who was the person before that? A J? I think you said a J.
Judith.
Judith. Hi, Judith.
Kaylee.
Hello, Kaylee.
Sharon.
Hi, Sharon.
Christina.
Hi, Christina.
Agrees with you. Rhubarb and ginger gin is amazing.
Yes.
Belinda.
Yes. Hi, Belinda.
Valerie.
Hi, Valerie.
Christina.
Hi, Christina.
Diamond.
Hi, Shirley.
Kate.
Hi, Kate.
Laurie likes the jumper.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Jackie.
I have a few. This is one of my favourites.
Cheryl.
Hi, Jackie.
Judith.
Hi, Jackie. Oh, Jackie. Cheryl. Hi. Jackie asked me to do the advent calendars. Okay, so it's going to be a two-parter. So I'm going to show the advent panels that I got in this week, which are super, super easy. You're going to love them. But they're not the ones that you got, Jackie. So what I thought I would do is show you the easy ones this week, the new ones that I got in. Start off on a stocking, and then I'll finish up the stocking next week, and I will go over the old advent panels that I've got, which have the separate pockets. It's a different technique, so I will cover it. I promise, Jackie.
Judy.
Hi, Judy.
Diane.
Hi, Diane.
Cheryl.
Hi, Cheryl.
Gail.
Hi, Gail.
You're Sarah.
Hello, Sarah. Hi, Billy, if you're still up.
Denise.
Hi, Denise.
Lorraine.
Hi, Lorraine.
Leslie.
Hi, Leslie.
Annette says she doesn't have her Christmas jumper on.
Oh.
Dressing gown, trying to keep warm. Weather in Cornwall,
Yeah,
awful.
I don't blame you. I've actually got my sheepskin boots on, so I'm a little bit more exposed on top, but my feet are definitely warm, and I've got my mittens.
Sheila.
Hi, Sheila.
Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
And Lorna.
Lorna?
Lorna.
Oh, Lorna. Hi, Lorna. So let me show you what I've got. Let me show you the advent panels first. This is one of the stockings. So these are a little bit different. So this is one of the ones I've got. This is the manger, so the nativity scene at the top, and then as you can see, the pockets are, well, where the pockets are is long. So you've got all your numbers. You've got your instructions on the side. You've got some little, labels, which you can use for lots of different things. And then, if you see, you've got, it's written here where you fold it, and I'll show you that. So this one is very simple. You don't have to cut anything out other than the advent panel itself. And it's just a case of folding and pressing to make the pockets, basically. So it's super, super easy. So that's the nativity, and you've got all the little animals on the lumbers, and it's a gold foil. That's a nice traditional nativity one.
Joanne and her mum Maureen are watching.
Oh, hi Joanne. Hi Mum Maureen.
Another Maureen.
Oh, hi Maureen. Oh, and just to say, these are all on the website now, and all of these new advent panels and the stocking panels are all £9 each.
Kaylee says they're perfect for candy canes.
Yes, and sweets. Yes, I'll show you. So this is This is one I really like. This is the Woodland Animals Christmas. You've got your little owl there and your baubles and your hedgehogs and your deers.
Amanda is watching.
Oh, hi, Amanda.
And Lori says, thank you. Had a lovely birthday. Lots of messages.
Good.
And FaceTime with family back home.
Oh, excellent.
Chocolate cake and chocolate ice cream. Yummy.
Yum.
Tracy is watching.
Oh, hi, Tracy. This one has your little animals on it. And then a few... Hello, Link. Link's been laying on the bits that I've been preparing. A few little labels there. This one's got a silver foil. So all your numbers are in silver foil on this one. That's that. So just three, yeah, there's just three. Come on, watch out, Baba. And then this one is a little bit more grown up. This is one I've started.
Julie is watching.
Oh, hi, Julie. This one is with the Highland stags and deer and the tartan. This has got the gold foil on it. And this one I have already pressed. I'll show it to you. You see it's falling down. I've pressed the pockets in place. Now I haven't trimmed this at all. All I have done, to show you, is I've got my backing. I've got my wadding in there. So my wadding is, as usual, dimples up, pimples down. Get the wadding the right way.
Sarah says they are amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Laurie says she likes the pretty stags.
Yeah.
And Sandra says good evening from Glasgow.
Oh, hi, good evening. Oh, this one's perfect for that. Bit of a Scottish theme. This is one that Michael preferred. This is one that I picked out to demonstrate because that's one Michael picked. So, I'm just going to undo it so you can see how I did it up. So like I said, on the side here, you've got little lines that say fold. And this tartan one is quite nice because the lines on the tartan, you can just follow them across, and I've just pressed them. Move my thing out of the way. So what I did was I started at the bottom with my first fold. So it's a bit like an accordion. So I pressed my first fold, and then you have to fold it again to line up the pockets. So that big long rectangle, you fold the numbers over so you can see them, and then you fold it up to make the pocket. And then I'm just lining up this fold line with the top of my rectangle right there. And I continued doing that, so I pressed that one down and I pressed that, so that folds up to make a little pocket. Now the pockets, they don't go all the way down, they're not all the way deep, so you don't get this full amount of pocket, but they are a good, I measure 2.5 inches across by 2 inches deep. So I'm just going to carry
Claudia is watching.
Oh, hi Claudia. Just going to continue up. Actually, let me start at the top and show you that. And all I've done, I haven't basted anything, I haven't sprayed anything on here. All I've done is literally press it, and it's cotton. You can either use 100% cotton or cotton blend wadding, and I like that because it's quite thin, and it's also, if you use a technical word, quite grabby, which just means that the little fabrics tend to stick to the wadding. Sorry, Michael. I'm just pressing that because I've got a crease on that pocket where I folded it in half earlier and link laid on it. Now these pockets are definitely big enough for a sweet, chocolate. If you want a more grown-up one, I'm pretty sure they would fit a miniature bottle of alcohol and those little miniatures. It might stick out the top a little bit, but it will definitely be in there. And if you have any people that vape, I also have it on good authority that a 10 milliliter, sorry, vape refill will fit in there as well. So if you've got anybody who does that, that's one of the things you can put in.
Fran says that looks really lovely. I wonder how you do the pockets, but you're showing that right now.
Yep, I'm going to show that. So I'm just folding, I'm just doing my folds at the moment. And you can pin it if you want to as you go along, just to keep it in place, but I think it's going to be okay. All I'm doing is pressing it all together.
And Kaylee says Link is leaving his own presents in the advent calendar.
Yes.
And she also goes on to say, perfect size for a spool of thread.
Oh yes, good point, yes. So you can, which I have done in the past, you can make them for yourself and then hint, or make it yourself and be surprised, but hint at things you can go in there. So yeah, easily get a nice little spool of Aurifil thread in there if you want to build your Aurifil thread collection. And the last one. And if you've ever done the advent calendars the other way with the pockets, with the separate pockets, which I will show next week, this is a lot quicker. Just making sure it's all pressed. Now I haven't trimmed this off yet, only because I wanted to leave, because your fold lines are in the white side and the instructions do tell you to cut all the way around your advent calendar, but I didn't want to cut those off and not know where they go.
Emma is watching.
Oh, hi Emma. There, so that is all pressed. I'm just going to put that on the floor so it's out of the way. With my pressing mat.
Lori says when her cat Angel lays on things, I call it angel dust that is left behind.
That is a good one. We have a Monty Patina, Monty Fluff, usually everywhere. Right, just going to fold that out of the way. Don't spill the gin. Oh, I did get a new jack this week. I think this is my favourite so far. Like that one. But now I have to say no to the jacks. I don't think I can really justify getting any more. Take this off, I had that on earlier. So I've got my walking foot on. I'm just doing a straight stitch. My stitch length has been increased to 3. And I am actually I'm going to do it from this side.
Sharon says she loves this panel. Also love the Cosmos panel on your site.
Oh yes. Oh yes. I think I've only got 1 or 2 left of that one. So that one is one of those, when it's gone, it's gone. And the coordinating fabrics that go with it are gorgeous as well. There's a couple there. Right, I'm just going to start straight in the middle. I'm going to, this is where the tartan comes in nice and handy. So I'm going to aim for directly in between the pockets, because that will give me a little bit more play in the pocket to make it a little bit bigger, rather than going, I mean you can go all the way just around the pocket. But I think this will be just as good to keep it together. And it will help make the pockets a little bit bigger.
Karen is watching.
Oh, hi Karen.
And Caroline says the jack looks lovely.
Oh, thank you. Yes, it's nice. This is a wood and resin one. I saw that on their Facebook page. That's Cream and Brown, Claire at Cream and Brown, who makes those. Like that. I've got to have that one. Hello, Link.
sorry about that. That was Link.
Just going straight over all those folds.
Come on, buddy.
Hello, Link. I think it's because it's cold. He's wanting cuddles.
Susan is watching.
Oh, hi, Susan. Right, for this one, I'm going to go just up to the edge of the blue. More. I don't have a lock stitch on this one, so I just did a little bit of forwards and backwards. That's my jack. But if you've got a lock stitch feature on your machine, just do a little lock stitch at the top there. Just snipping that off and back. Yeah, I do at least one more of those, but you can see how the pockets are starting to get sewn down. My threads. Ooh. I don't have my watch, so I can't keep an eye on the time tonight. Right. Make sure that's all lined up. The beauty of this one, because it's a fold on the inside, if you only want to do your lines going up and none going across, you can get away with that, because once your pocket is stitched, it's already got the little bottom in it, so you don't have to worry about stitching across the bottom if you don't want to. You can do as much or as little as you want.
Diamond says her new rescue dog, Ralphie, decided to nest in my Progress EPP quilt today while I was sitting with him. Definitely a sewing fan, but black gray dog on a cream quilt.
Oh, it washes. Oh, but yay, rescue. Rescues are the best. Just ask my mum. My mum's got 3 now. She was going to stop at 2, but we got a surprise third one that, yeah, that's definitely it.
Kaylee says it's 20 past.
Oh, thank you.
Anne is watching.
Hi, Anne.
And Jackie says she just ordered the Woodland Animals panel.
Yeah, and look, it's going so quick. Literally, if I was going to do this, it'd probably take me an hour to iron it all, layer it, or maybe a couple of hours to get it all sewn, not including the binding.
Marsh says she loves the Link close-up. Yeah, it's...
Yeah, you've been really cuddly tonight.
Anne is watching.
Hi, Anne. So I don't know if you'll be able to do it with these pockets, because they might be a little bit small. So on the one that I'm doing next week, the pockets are a little bit bigger, I used one of those to make Kaylee an advent calendar when she first went to university. And I filled each pocket with either a clean pair of knickers, well, a new pair of knickers rather, not just clean, and or a sock. Kaylee likes to wear odd socks anyway, so she doesn't mind getting one sock one day, and then a different sock the next day.
Pauline says someone laughed when I suggested fingerless gloves.
I love these. These are, I don't know if you've seen them advertised, these are the turtle dove made from recycled cashmere jumpers. I love them. Love them. My day job, my office gets really cold, even though we have the heating on, so they're a necessity this time of year. Okay, I'll just do one more this way.
Karen is watching.
Oh, hi Karen.
Kate says she loves her Turtle Doves wrist warmers.
Yes, yeah, definitely. I don't get paid by them, but yeah, they are lovely. And they're so soft. Link is being fuss pot. You can't see this, but yeah, he's enjoying the wool mat and cuddles from Mikey. There we go. I can show you the pockets. That's the pockets made. You can see it's all lined on the inside. There's a bottom in there. Now what I will actually do is I'm going to stitch across this way just to give it a little bit more stability, and along here as well, which again, because it's tartan background, it's really easy just to either stitch, you know, pick a line to stitch along and then just follow it. So that's those. And then for this part, what I will do is I will definitely go around the edge, and I may actually finish this off either, I'll probably do it by hand, to be honest with you. What I'll probably do is go around the hand quilt around the stag, maybe pick out a few trees to do, or do some machine stitching across as well, just to pick out some bits, just to make it a little bit more special. And then once all the quilting is done, I will trim this off, so I save all my nice labels, beautiful labels. Actually, I was thinking these would be really nice if you made them up as place card names. You just keep them in the, you know, keep them in your decorations every year, and just put them out depending on. Let's see, how many is there? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. Oh, there's 7. Oh, one of them you're not going to be able to use because there's 7 and we can only have 6 people right now. We'll see how that changes at Christmas time. But yeah. Oh, 7th label you can use for whose advent calendar it is on the back. That's what we can do.
Sue says that's a good thing to make in a cold, dark, wet, and wild autumn evening.
Yes, definitely, definitely.
And Joanne says such lovely, happy little trees.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah, they are.
Well done.
Yeah.
Cheryl.
And they have friends.
Cheryl is watching.
Oh, hi Cheryl. So again, just to show you how deep these are. So they're about that deep, down to my second knuckle. That's how deep those pockets are. Basically, to there.
Laurie says you don't need pins, just Link's paw.
Yeah, see, he was a good fabric weight. He does that when I cut. Well, if I make clothes, he's my pattern weight. So I'm going to put that aside for now. I've just lined it in whatever I had left over. And I will show you the stockings. So this is one stocking panel. There's one that has 3, this is the one, has 3 big stockings on it. You can see if you've got a truck with a Christmas tree and a doggy. Ooh, upside down angel. A robin. And then you've got a kitty and a doggy. So these can be, if you want one for your kitty or your doggy. It doesn't have to be for kitty or doggy, but those would be nice little ones for that. That's one. And then the other one kind of started working a little bit. So I've layered it up because that's the one I'm going to use. This is the other one. This one has 4 big ones. So there's a Santa, Father Christmas. There's a bird, upside down bird. There's a reindeer, and there's one with a snowman. And I'm going to do the reindeer. What I thought I'd do, so I've just layered this up again. Just checking I've actually got my wadding the right way and doing what I'm supposed to do. No, I've got my wadding the wrong way around, which I will fix. But I'm actually going to hand quilt this one. Ready for next week to finish up. So what you do with the, well, what it says on the instructions, and I'm going to do it differently. I'm going to go off piece, I'm going to tell you right now. So on the instructions for these, and they all have instructions written on them, even the advent panels. So you've got all your instructions here.
Joanne asks, what type of wadding do you use for these? Is it what you have to hand?
I've just taken offcuts from quilts that I've made. So I save all of my offcuts, and you can see Link's been at this one because he likes to eat his wadding. So it's just finding one that's big enough to cover the whole back of my stocking, and this one is most likely 80% cotton, 20% polyester, because that's what I tend to use, or 100% cotton I have done in the past. And it's nice because it's, especially for the stockings, because you'll see it's a little bit thinner. Now when you have a whole quilt with it, you can definitely feel it, especially once it's quilted, you can definitely feel the weight of all of that. So just because it's thin doesn't mean it's not going to keep you warm in a proper quilt, but it does make it nice for the stocking, because you're going to have a quilted front, and I'm sitting on it, Link was sitting on it earlier, a quilted back as well. Now I'm just machine quilting this back, and the backing that I've got on this is actually just leftover that I had from doing the rainbow strip quilt. This is my Dunham sheeting, the dormer sheeting that I had for that. I thought that'd be nice, silky, even though it's cotton, nice silky inner for my stocking. Now on these instructions, what it tells you to do, put it this way, is to cut out your stocking all the way around the edge, so right around the edge, because this dark edge is your seam allowance. And then use your cut out stocking as your template for drawing out how much wadding you need and how much lining and how much backing. When you do it that way, as it says on the instructions, I personally think you need to be really accurate in cutting it out and in quilting it, because if it shifts at all, any of those layers shift, then it's not going to be quite right. So the way that I would do it, in which I'm going to do, is I'm actually going to quilt this before I cut it out. I'm just going to hand quilt on the inside of the dark line. So if I was machine quilting it, you can go over the line, it doesn't matter, but because I'm going to hand quilt it, I'm going to stay within that dark line, that inner line, and then I'll cut it out, but leaving a little bit extra. So not cutting it right along the line, but leaving a little bit extra. But I'll show you that next week anyway. So this is going to need to be, well, you've seen this before, but I'm just going to layer it up and put it in my hoop ready for quilting. So I've got my bit of backing, make sure it's the right way around. I think it needs to go that way. Here's my jack. Wadding. Oh no, it was right. I actually did have it right. I guess I can guess in myself. So this is the pimply side, And this is the dimply side. So put that like that. Don't want any dark threads. Then, oh, this is the one. That's my reindeer. And again, you can pin this if you feel more comfortable doing that. Link. Make sure I've got plenty. Wadding, backing. I think I might pull that down ever so slightly.
Eileen is watching.
Oh, hi Eileen.
And Cecilia is watching.
Oh, hi Cecilia. Yeah, I don't tend to pin it because it's just a small area. And once I get it inside my hoop, my hand quilting hoop, it will keep it where it needs to be. And like I said before, the cotton of the wadding tends to make all the layers stick together quite nicely. So I will literally just slip that under there and start quilting it. The other thing you can do with these, because there is a little space at the top on most of them, so you've got the little stripes here, you've got the little white area on here, you've got a plain bit here, and where is that? Oh yeah, you've got a little bit of red on the top there of the Santa. If you have a feature on your sewing machine, which I do, for letters, you can put the recipient's name on it if you want to do that, or you can hand embroider that if you want to, but there is a nice little, on most of the designs, there's a nice little spot to do that, so that everybody has their own stocking. Link, buddy. There we go. And you can machine quilt these as well, but I just thought because it's got a nice design, I would just go around it by hand. There, so it's got not entirely straight on the back. Just pull that through. There we go. There, that's nice and smooth now. That's nice and smooth. So I will quilt that in the week, do the hand quilting on it, so it's ready for next week when I want to put it together. And I'll show you what I've been doing for the back. I'll do some more of that. So I've just got, again, another scrap with wadding and backing. I've already made sure that this is going to be big enough for my stocking. Don't forget that there needs to be reverse. So you wouldn't want to lay your stocking down like this. So with this face up and your stocking face up, and then trace around it to make sure it's the right size, because it's not going to be the right way. You want to make sure to put your stocking and your backing right sides together or wrong sides together, so that your foot of your stocking is going the right way on both bits when you're measuring or when you're cutting out.
Laurie says Link's tail is for smoothing things out, a good all-purpose cat. And Jackie says it's turned into Friday Night with Link.
It is! I swear, he has the longest tail of any cat I've had before. He likes to chase it. Crazy cat. I've never had a cat that chased his tail before, but then I've also never had a cat that plays fetch before. Yeah, I think that might be alright there for a minute.
Karen is watching.
Hi Karen. So all I've done with this is literally quilt straight lines. I did my first line, and then, I'm sure most of you have seen one of these gadgets, one of these guides that you've got. This goes in to your walking foot. There's a little hole in your walking foot. It just fits through there, and you can put it where you want. So I'm going to put it about 1 inch. That's where I had it before. And then this little guide helps you to do a bigger seam allowance. Well, follow your stitching. It helps your quilting, to space your quilting out basically. So what I will do, put it under here. I'm going to line up the front of my little guide with this line of stitching that I've already done, so that each time when I start stitching it's the same distance away from each other, and that gives you nice even straight, well, in theory gives you nice straight even lines.
Sue's watching.
Oh, hi Sue. Now you can do any quilting design that you want for the back. I thought just straight diagonal lines would be good. You can do cross hatching, so going straight across and then doing it a 90-degree angle from that. Just do squares, straight lines, straight across or straight down, vertical or horizontal, whatever you want. Just basically so you've got some quilted fabric to use as your backing for your stocking.
Beverly liked your nails.
Oh, I got it. Oh, thank you. Changing them next week. But thank you. Yes, Sarah did these for me. Gotta like a little bit of glitter. So if you want to do the stocking along with me next week, the only thing you need to do this week in preparation will be to quilt some backing and quilt the front of your stocking if you want. Or however you want.
Nan is watching.
Hi, Nan. That's how I've done those lines. You can see that's the only thing I've done is those guides. If you really want to, if you want to be really pucker, you can use your friction pen and draw some diagonal lines or straight lines, however you want, on your friction pen. You can also have them more spaced out than this if you want to. It doesn't have to be so close, or it can be even more close together if you want to as well. So I will be continuing with that. On the stockings, I think both are similar. So I've got a scrap. This is just some bijou fabric, Mako bijou fabric that I had left over from a project that I'm using for the backing. But what I also have, this is in the shop, is some Mako linear in Cameo, which I think also goes really well. This is what I will use to do the binding. So next week I'll show binding as well, how we finish off our stocking, sew it together and add some binding. The only one it doesn't really go with is the snowman, because that's a bit more blue, but it does still have some nice teal in there. But it does go with the bird as well. And I think it would go with the Santa. So that's what I'll be using for adding the binding. Oh, where's the other one? I was wanting to see this one too. Oh yeah, there's quite a bit of tealish in that robin one that it might go with. It might be nice for a backing actually. It's on this side. Yeah, and the angel. Maybe not the truck. You might want a nice blue or red to go with that. But I thought I'd mention that. Let's see, what else? I think I'm just going to continue. That's going to be hand quilted. Oh, while I'm quilting this, I will tell you. So for the binding, we're going to put the binding, we're going to sew it together like I did. I'm trying to think. The cushion. Oh, yeah. The pheasant cushion with the binding around the edge. Same way as that, except I think it's going to be easier to bind the top. So bind the top of each piece separately and then go around the edge to bind it and sew it together. So that will be next week. So get your binding ready.
Joanne says it's one of her favorite fabrics, so useful for many projects.
Yes, I love linear. I've got some other colours as well, but I love that teal as well. I've got a project in mind for quite a bit of it. I'm trying to think, is that going to be... Yeah, that'll probably be alright.
And Joanne and Kaylee have both put links to all the stuff.
Oh, fabulous. Thank you so much, guys. I'll just do one more row on this and then I'll go back to talking about the advent calendar that I did earlier. There's a couple more bits I wanted to tell you about.
Beverly says, will you be using bias binding? I'm
probably going to... Oh, actually, that's probably a good idea on the stocking because it's going around. Yes, I will be doing bias binding, but I won't be making it like I showed you from the big square. What I'll probably just do is cut some bias strips from maybe 1/2 meter or so. Yeah. Just because it's curved, the bias will go a lot better around the bottom of the stocking because it's curved. Good question. Yeah, so that will get finished up at some point in the week. That's my quilting my backing. You can see the lines. So I'm going to put that aside for now because that will be getting ready for next week. Just want to go back to my advent calendar. So with the advent calendar, when you have it all finished, like I said, you trim it off. What I would do before you trim it is, as a last thing, I will actually stitch all the way around, probably about 1/8 of an inch or so in, or 1/4 of an inch in, all the way around my advent calendar through all the layers, and then trim it on the line. So I will actually trim it probably like I did last week, using my rotary cutter and my ruler and mat. So right along here, just trimming it all off right along here, so everything is all cut off all the same length. But because you'll have that stitching just on the inside, it'll all stay together quite nicely. And then I will bind it. This one I'll probably bind in green because Michael likes green. But I think you could do red or green or even gold if you wanted to. And for the hanging bit at the back, I will do the same thing that I did last week for the Hawaiian one, where I actually put the sleeve in while I do the binding, so I can put it down. So you've got a little sleeve here to put a dowel through so that you can hang it up. Yeah, I think I would, definitely have a sleeve all the way through. The other way you can do it is just have a little corner on the back, a little triangle on the back to pop a dowel through with maybe a little sleeve here. But I think because you're going to have stuff hanging in it, and depending on if you put wee drams or vape refills or chocolates or whatever, you might have a little bit of weight once you get all 24 pockets filled up. So I would do a fairly decent size, and when I mean decent size, I mean probably the length of your advent calendar. Maybe if you do it maybe an inch short of each side, then that will give you a nice solid sleeve with a dowel to hang it from. So yeah. Is there any questions? Anybody have any questions? Anything else you want me to go over while I'm doing that? Because I think that's, until next week, that's pretty much it. Like I said, I will do the other advent panels next week, which are a little bit more involved than this, because they have the separate pockets. But you can make them a little bit wider if you want to, so that you can put something a bit more substantial in them, rather than, you know, being limited at what you can put into the pockets. So yeah. No comments? No comments? Or are you just not seeing them?
Beverly asks, where can you buy a hand quilting frame?
Oh, I do have them on the website. I haven't checked the supplier, which I will do actually. I will do it tonight or tomorrow over the weekend. So I have some in stock which are 17 by 17 or 17 by 11 inches, and they're the same as this. So the plastic frame, plastic rods, link, be good with your snaps. Last time I checked, they were out of these smaller ones, which are 11. Links being a pain. So I will check to see if they've got more of those in there. But I do have the 11 by 17 ones in stock at the moment. And if you do buy them and you get them,
Joanne's put a link to it.
Oh, thanks, Joanne. When you first get it, and this is a tip from Dawn, thanks Dawn, get a thick fluffy towel and put your frame together, and then snap it over your thick fluffy towel, just to stretch these out a little bit, because these can be a little bit tight the first time that you use them. But if you stretch them out ever so slightly, it'll go a little bit easier onto your quilt, basically. So yeah. So I think that's it. Till next week. Yeah, we'll do a bit more Christmas.
Lorraine asks, are you open tomorrow, Emma? I need to visit and shop.
Oh, no, the shop is gone. But I have been having people to the lockup. So if you message me, yeah, you can definitely come and have a look at the lockup. So yeah, give me a message and we can meet up there.
And Joanne says she loves her frame, followed Dawn's tip via you, and it worked well.
Yay, yeah.
And Dawn also says you can buy a larger one and cut it down.
Oh, yeah. Well, the 17 by 11, if you buy 2 of them, then you'll have one of each. You can, because they mix and match. So you could have it either 17 by 11 if you wanted to, or you could have it 11 by 11 or 17 by 17.
Beverly says the shop's gone?
Yeah, sorry. Well, yeah.
It's still online.
It's all online. It's just the physical shop in Tallington is no longer there. So yeah, so at the moment, especially with all this stuff going on, it's just online. And at some point when we can see each other again, there will be classes again. But yeah, at the moment it's just online.
Trish says hello, she's new to the channel.
Oh, hi Trish.
And Karen says, what are we doing next week? It's going to be...
Yeah, so next week I will finish up the stocking. So I will show you how to sew it together and put the binding on to finish that off. And I will go over the different advent panels that I've got as well. So these are the easiest version. These ones that have the long, and you can, they're different because they have the long rectangles on them that you fold up into pockets. The other ones have separate pockets that are squares that you have to cut out and sew each one individually. But you can make those bigger if you want to. There's a little bit more room for going off-piste and doing your own thing with those if you really want to.
Kaylee says, are there any possibility of Zoom sewing classes?
Yes, if there's interest, yes, we can certainly do that. I think that'd be fun, actually, especially if we've got another lockdown coming on, because I don't know about you all, but I don't think I can go into another lockdown where we can't see other people. So yeah, and the Zoom, especially we have Zoom meetings at work all the time, and just seeing other people, even if it's just virtual, it makes a difference. We can actually see them and talk to them and see their faces and interact is much better. So it's not the same as having a class, but that we can all do the old chit chat, and instead of having the comments where I can't see you at the moment, we can all do the chit chat and the comments, and but you know, live, and I can interact with everybody. So yeah, so if you're interested, let me know for sure, and what you'd like to do on Zoom, if there's any particular projects that you want me to go over. But yeah, we can do that. So, yeah. So anyway, got my rhubarb, got to finish up my rhubarb. Thanks for joining, and have a great weekend, and I will see you next week. Bye.
No, I don't.